Welcome to Casual Nerd Reactions. Today we're watching the 11th episode of Torchwood's second series. With 3 episodes left in the series, I have to wonder if this will be the episode where we start dipping back into some of the ongoing storylines that we've had throughout the season, specifically Jack's brother. I have to imagine that'll factor into the final story of the season. That probably won't be today, but you never know when a story is going to start or come back or whatever. Either way, I just hope that we have a really wonderful story today. So let's dive into this episode right now.
Outside the government,
beyond the police. I don't know why. Sorry, I was laughing because I was just going to say it like Jack, but I'm Jack's like, beyond the police. And I'm like, beyond the police. I'm here and Jack's here. Calm down, Chris. What kind of story is this going to be? The music's telling me it's emotional. Sad. You're 9 minutes late. Aw. Chill. See, the words seem contentious, but the tone seems friendly. They seem to have a good relationship. I just hope I don't have to change that to had. Bro, what? Is the rift rifting? What's happening? What was that sound? Did that come from him, or was there a second party there? Well, I'm interested. Let's find out more.
14 Cliffs Rise, Penarth. Disappeared walking home from football practice. Been missing now for 7 months and 11 days.
He brought the case to her. I love that.
Look, sorry, is this beneath you now?
No, I'm waiting for you to tell me where you were at the wedding.
Being as Rhys has got a problem with me.
Rhys thinks you're great. It's you who has a problem with him.
I don't want to sit there and watch you pledge your stupid life.
Oh, he was in love with her?
Look, I didn't know. I didn't realise you still had feelings.
You, I don't.
Anything strange about the case?
Like you don't know.
Could be one of the lights on the barrage.
You know what happened here? Why aren't you telling me? 45 minutes later?
Oh, Torchwood was already involved.
No recognizable rift activity around the barrage on that date.
It was about 7 months back. Any reason you'd be on the barrage that night?
They have this cute little coffee shack. I sometimes stop by there.
Jack, be real.
A boy went missing.
Sorry, can't help.
So it was just a coincidence then?
Guess so.
Nah.
Gotta run. Weevil hunting with Yanto.
Is that like code? Or are they actually weevil hunting? I just don't buy that it's a coincidence. No chance.
You're covering it up then.
Jack said it was a coincidence. I can't help.
You used to care. Used to be bothered about people.
She still cares. She's been through a lot, though.
The old Gwen would have been up there to see Nicky Bevan in a flash.
I love the concept of this episode so far. Just
Nicky Bevan?
You know, her former cop friend, 7 months later coming and trying to get Gwen involved.
It's all crowd footage ever since he went. Football matches, concerts, festivals. Go through it frame by frame, checking every face.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
It's the hope that's killing me.
Even if you saw him, what would you do?
Find someone that was with him. If I could just let him know I saw him. He's got to be out there somewhere.
Right, he does have to be somewhere.
It's our first meeting, we've come.
Oh, I don't know.
And he'll be there. And I'm going to do food.
There is no rift activity, though, according to Tosh. That's so interesting. What happened then?
I'm sorry, I know I'm late.
3 hours? When are we going to have this talk?
Let's do it now. Come on, now's good. I'm ready. Babies, now.
Really?
Do you think I've changed?
Eh?
Since I joined Torchwood, am I different?
Why?
It's just something Andy said. He still fancies me.
I love that that's Rhys's reaction.
We're not going to talk about kids tonight, are we?
We could do some practicing.
Ah, careful now. Sometimes practicing ends up not being practice. Remember your wedding day? Never mind. That probably won't happen.
Gwen.
Hi, Tosh.
I've dug up some new data on that night.
There is rift activity.
This is what we recognize as standard rift activity. What I discovered is a negative rift
What?
spike that occurred at the time you're querying.
A negative rift? What?
We've always believed that things can only come through the rift one way. What if we're wrong? What if the rift doesn't just leave stuff behind? What if it also takes?
That's potentially terrifying. I imagine someone came and took him, but he just got taken.
But it could be a coincidence or an anomaly.
No, and Jack has to suspect he was there. Ooh, this is interesting. This is interesting. So interesting, I had to say it again.
You're looking into it then?
Still the same old me.
Thank you.
I thought there'd be more here by now.
Aww.
It's gonna just be me, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sure it won't. People will come.
If you build it, they will come.
It's not relevant.
Feel the dreams. No? Just me then.
I can't imagine a lot of people in the UK care about Field of Dreams. Do you? Let me know if you're in the UK.
Hi,
Oh, thank God.
Finicky.
Yeah, that's me.
Wait, why'd the music get all intense?
Is this missing persons?
Yeah.
What if these are all people who lost someone in the rift? Yep, this is suspicious. There's too many people now. I don't know whether to be concerned or sad.
I said I'd help you look for one lad. What about all those people in there? What? Am I supposed to help all them too?
Maybe at least check to see if their missing person coincides with negative rift activity.
Find the pattern, find out what happens. We might find Jonah.
What?
Brilliant.
Sending you dates, locations, and approximate times they went missing. And you want me to check the dates they went missing against negative rift spikes?
Yes. How many of these are coinciding with these rift spikes? All of them? A lot of them, clearly.
There are really this many?
Now we tell Jack. The people we've identified here are definitely victims of the rift.
What do we think happens to them?
Scattered through time and space, I guess. I don't know what you want us to do.
We find a way to prevent it.
Toshiko, can we predict when the spikes are going to happen?
No. And they're gone in a matter of seconds.
Then I don't know how we combat them.
Jack, we have a duty here.
We don't know when it's going to happen.
Okay, but
We don't know where they end up.
so we do nothing? We don't try? Come on, Jack, get your head out of wherever the heck it is. Something.
We help those left behind.
It's nothing to do with us. Move on.
Jack, you
Disagree.
should see these people.
Some things we can't fix.
So we don't even try.
Yes, Gwen.
No, Jack's
Ask the
right. They
question.
need counselling, support. That is not us.
Close this down.
Jack!
Strong disagree. Strong disagree.
We did our best.
Did we? Felt like we had one meeting and nobody cared. If that's our best, then we should just shut down the whole bloody Torchwood.
He said his life had ended when Susie made him ditch the bike.
Would you
But
just
that's only
stop wittering?
Oh, Gwen, you're taking it out on Rhys.
We're supposed to be talking. I've been trying to talk to you for weeks, but for some reason you don't want to.
Oh, wake up, Rhys. What's the point? We don't need a talk. It takes 2 seconds thought. How are we supposed to have kids with my job?
You know, sometimes I hate you. Caught up in your little group, like nothing else matters. Like being a hero is an end in itself, when it's not. What are you fighting for?
'Cause if I don't-
Shut up, I'm talking now, right? You do it so people can live their lives. And if you're starting to think that your is more important than real life,
There it is, Rhys.
then we're not going to last very long here, love.
That genuinely fighting for her, I think. Even if he started with I effing hate you.
When you're with me, we deal with us, right? Our lives. You got a problem at work, you sort it at work.
Don't know that I agree that work stays at work. I feel like that would be impossible. She has to be able to bring it home, I think, and open up. Because no one at work's giving her any support.
Jack, Oh,
Whoop! He walked in on something. She walked in on something. They're weevil hunting. Don't worry about it.
Was there something you wanted?
Jonah Bevan, I'll make it my own special project. My responsibility, nothing to do with anyone else. I'm not letting it go.
Good job, Gwen.
I don't know how I can be any clearer.
Tosh has her projects. So does Yanto. Why can't I?
Leave it alone.
I can't.
Jack's hiding something. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Either he's hiding something or I don't like him at all anymore. His cold heart is what makes him eventually look like the face of Bo.
It's GPS. X marks the spot, eh? X being in the middle of the Bristol Channel. Flat Home Island. Who's sending you out there then? That's just deserted scrubland.
You left me that package, didn't you?
I don't know what you mean.
Yanto, what's going on?
Like when?
Yanto, don't you...
She almost has a little bit of support, kind of.
You get me the boat and I'll tell you what I find.
No boat trip, no boat. I'm part of this.
I want Gwen to start her own sub-team. Reset couch.
What can I get you, lads?
Why do things have to be so rough at work and at home at the same time?
Get us a couple of teas before we go.
You're kidding. You're not kidding. Are you?
She's gonna go without him. I feel like this was a mistake, but it's her choice. Whatever. Well, I wonder what she's gonna find out here. Maybe she was right to leave him behind. Assuming she does find something, it's gonna be very in Torchwood's world, and he can't really be a part of it. What's up there? Who are these? What? Jack? What's going on, man? Yo, depending on what happens, this is either going to be one of my favorite episodes of the season or one of my least favorites. I'm actually not sure at the moment. I'm invested, but I'm kind of pissed at Jack.
Who are you?
Torchwood. With Jack Harkness.
He's supposed to warn us about visitors.
And he knows we'll always forgive him.
She seems nice. She recognizes some of these names. Are these the missing people?
Is he okay?
We do our best to help him.
There's one of the names. Yeah, come on. She is putting it together. But what is this?
I'll take it from here, Helen.
What are you doing?
I can explain.
No. You stay away from me.
Gwen, let's go outside and talk.
These are the people taken by the rift. What are they doing here? What have you done?
Gwen, listen to me.
He's here. He's been here all along.
It's not that simple.
What? Explain it, Jack.
Hello? I'm looking for Jonah.
Is he an old man?
I'm Jonah.
What's happened to him?
I woke up and the land was on fire. There were flames, miles on end. I thought I was gonna die.
So crazy.
We watched the solar system. There.
I am so sorry for what's happened to you.
He seems to be doing better than some of the other people in this facility.
I've come because your mother is still looking for you.
She's still alive.
You've only been gone for 7 months. You are safe.
Can I see her? Can you bring her here?
Is that what you want?
I mean, it's the right thing, right? Like, mom deserves to see her son again. I don't know how mom could ever accept what's happened. I'm still pretty upset with Jack.
When
Explain
I took over
yourself.
Torchwood, there were two just like Jonah, being kept in the vaults, neglected. I wanted them looked after. I set this place up.
You can't keep them hidden. They have families who deserve to know.
Gwen, they're sick in ways you could never imagine.
That I believe.
We can't fix them. We just care for them.
Jonah's asked me to bring Nikki here.
No.
She has a right to know.
No way.
She said not knowing is the worst part.
How are you going to tell her her child has aged 40 years in the last 7 months, that he's scarred, that he cannot look after her?
We don't have the right to hide it from her.
What if she doesn't believe you?
Have to try. We owe her the truth. Jack, if you'd lost someone, wouldn't you want to know?
Yes. Jack, that really resonates, doesn't it? Doesn't it? John Hart's words going through his mind.
I found Jonah. Can I see him? Yes. There are things I have to tell you first.
I have the collection of thoughts collecting. I'm saving them to talk about at the end. This is going to be so difficult.
Okay. You understand what I've told you now, Nikki. He's not a child anymore. It doesn't matter. I have to see him.
Even if he's not a teenager, he's still her child. That matters. I expect her to still recognize him, even as crazy as it is. Maybe I have too much faith. I mean, his eyes, right? They're still his eyes.
No.
No!
It's okay, Mum. It's me. It's okay.
Stay away! That is not my son!
I had too much faith. I mean, maybe you show her a picture first.
We bought it flat back, made it together. Bottom left hinge keeps coming loose. You said you'd sort it.
No.
Every evening you buy a bottle of beer.
Make him stop.
Talk about the day when you can earn decent money and can afford yourself some decent makeup.
Shut up!
When I ask you why you haven't got married, you say I'd never be lonely. Because I always got you. It's me, Mum.
Jonah.
I'm sorry.
Why?
That night, I was late. I'm sorry.
You'd have been on time, things would have been different. This is true. But it's not your fault. Finally. She got there.
You have to leave Jonah now.
What?
I'm taking him home now.
Nikki, stop a second. You can't just take him out of here.
It starts.
Oh, there's more to it.
You've seen him in the good phase. It gets briefer every day.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving him.
Ah!
rough.
The scream lasts 20 hours every day.
God.
Before the rift returned him, Jonah had looked into the heart of a dark star. What he'd seen had driven him mad.
It's crazy that he can have even moments of clarity.
They say you can visit when he's in a good phase. Promise me you won't do this to anyone else.
Wow.
Before I had the memory.
Maybe it would have been better to not know.
Whenever I thought of him, I'd see him laughing with his mates, playing football, scoffing his breakfast. And now I just hear that terrible noise. I thought you wanted to know what happened to him. I did. I was wrong. I had hope.
It's a really weird, wild episode. With a lot of thoughts and mixed feelings.
Tonight we talk about what you want.
Sorry.
Consistently great performances.
You told me everything.
Yes.
From the beginning.
Oi. Torchwood's just putting us all through the paces this week.
She had a son, Jonah.
Maybe it would have been better to just tell her he died. I don't know. Maybe she'll eventually adjust and be grateful for a few hours a day with her son. I don't know, man. This is a tough one, and I do have mixed feelings about it. Which is to say, I like the heart and the core of this episode. I do love the story about Jonah and his mom and Gwen's investigation, even to some extent her conflict with Rhys, and obviously what's happening at Torchwood is going to affect her home life. Obviously, it's going to be a very difficult thing to wrestle with, to deal with. And wow, I thought those parts of the episodes were truly phenomenal and compelling and gripping and heartbreaking. And that's definitely something Torchwood can do exceedingly, exceedingly well. And I say I have mixed feelings because the Jack of it all, I don't quite understand in this episode. I cannot see Jack's point of view in keeping it a secret from Gwen. And so I'm not sure if I'm mad at Jack for keeping it from her or if I'm mad at the writers for doing it, because the only reason is to add an obstacle for Gwen to overcome in the course of the episode. I just can't think of any valid reason for Jack to have this whole separate part of Torchwood with these people. Like, it's a part of Torchwood. It's part of the Rift. Why in the world is he keeping it a secret? Is that something you understand? Let me know. For me, it's a big, huge mar on this episode, because the rest of it, beautiful, incredible story, heartbreaking. But then Jack's out here acting completely unreasonable. He knows Gwen is a capable investigator, and she's on the case. She's on the trail that's going to inevitably lead her to the location, to exactly what's going on. Granted, she did have help from Ianto, but what benefit is there in keeping her in the dark about these people who need help? I mean, she is the person on the team who is there theoretically to humanize the team. And I'm not saying all the people who are found in this, well, they're all different, I imagine. I'm sure they all experienced different things, but those who come back from their Rift journey, yeah, you really shouldn't travel through space and time without the Doctor. But they're all broken in different ways. And I like that Jack created this facility to try to help them and give compassion to them. Why keep Gwen or the rest of the team in the dark about it? Maybe because he knew Gwen would try to reunite the families, and maybe he knew that was a mistake. I still don't know if it's a mistake or not. I think there's an adjustment period, and I have to imagine Mom might come around. Maybe Mom being reunited with her son will eventually help calm his terrors and maybe begin to bring healing. I know he went mad and he's broken, but does that mean he's beyond hope or beyond healing? I don't want to accept or believe that. I don't know. It just left me with some mixed feelings, and that to me is a sign of a strong episode. I think. I mean, I have more positive feelings for the episode than negatives. And even the negatives, like I'm just trying to wrestle with it and think through it and process it. I don't like Jack's choice. I'm glad that Rhys and Gwen finally had, they actually opened up and talked about the stuff. Because, yeah, Rhys's whole exclamation, what happens at Torchwood's, deal with it at work, don't bring it home. Like, well, nonsense. Anyway, that was some of my thoughts on this episode. By all means, let me know your thoughts on this episode. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.